Hey
Hello,
everyone.
It's Gen 1, and guess who else?
Let's see, can you recognize my voice? If not, I am MSX.
Oh, surprise.
Well, are you really think that people are going to be able to comment on who I am before the spark goes up?
I don't know. People have magic powers. But anyway, this is the Red Wisp, which is basically the hover of this game. I think it's supposed to take up 2 powers, just...
How it's supposed to take up 2 powers?
I think it takes up the power of hover, really. It's like a different form of the hover, because I don't think they could work the hover into this type of game.
The hover
2D
isn't in here.
Yeah, it's not. But I think it's supposed to take up the form of the hover.
The Red Wisp looks like one of my favorites, however, from what I heard, it controls very awkwardly.
It kind of does, yeah, it does. In fact, the Red Wisp and the Yellow Wisp both control very awkwardly. Even in the DS version compared to their Wii version might counterparts.
Yellow Wisp. But what's the Yellow Wisp?
Drill.
Oh, Drill.
That's somewhat of the gimmick of the mount, is that there is a lot of candy.
Gee, I don't care how it got the name Sweet Mount.
You took my line.
Let's see, how can I not think of
And here's the red. Basically, its mechanics work like this. You just have to press and hold the either the B button, X button, or basically a button, and it will hold up energy and store it and start to bounce.
It looks like something that would be actually really fun to play with, but like I said, awkward.
Awkward controls, yes. I think a lot of the Wisp don't control their best in this version. It's not really because of the fact that the D-pad is only D-pad, so it's kind of hard to control certain Wisps like these with a D-pad and without him.
I got it. Play it on the 3DS. The Amazon.
That's your own.
I remember my friend said it makes it so much easier to play Mario Kart DS than Super Mario Kart 4 on the 3DS.
I bet it does. I can forget the 3DS actually plays games like that.
It's reverse compatible, however, the 3DS don't get 3D because, of course, there's no 3D implemented in the game. I mean, I knew that to begin with, but even now, there's still a lot of people out there that put in a DS even though it wasn't made, even though it was never made. That's why would you put a game as the 3D?
Why would you ever put a game in 2005 when the DS first came out in a Nintendo 3D system when Nintendo hadn't even announced a 3D system and think it was going to be 3D? That sounds stupid.
And moreover, expect all those, like, 7-year-olds expect, well, if you're young, I can understand how you get excited for that, but if you're like a teenager, come on, common knowledge.
Come on, common knowledge, that's not even just common knowledge, that's common sense.
Even I knew that.
Everyone knew that. They announced that. They said that plain out, that no, old DS games won't have the 3D. Here's Special Stage 3. Even though this is World 2, technically, you still get Special Stage 3 sideways out of order.
But wouldn't this technically be Special Stage 2? Because when you did Starlight Carnival, you got the third Chaos level.
I have no idea how it works. I think it's just counted as what it is. And you just get that corresponding Chaos level.
Wait, actually, no, I think this really is the third Special Stage. Because my friend started playing Sonic Colors for a short time, and this was the second Special Stage that showed up since he went to the same counterclockwise order. I think it was. Because I remember some of the patterns were familiar.
Because the patterns change from the Special Stage, so yeah.
So I think this really is the second stage. I mean, it has the second Chaos Emerald in, so come on.
Yeah, I know. I question why they didn't just let you get the second Chaos Emerald from the second stage that you go to. I don't know why it has to correspond to that specific world.
Yeah, it sort of makes sense. And then
Sort of makes sense, but it sort of doesn't. Because then again, you could go to any of
Sonic 4 they did it that way. You got the special stage that corresponded to the Chaos Emerald.
Even though Sonic 4 only had, how many worlds did Sonic 4 have? Like 4?
You only have 4, but you can get special stage at the end of each act. It's 3 acts.
I thought the third act was over the boss fights. How did you get
The third act is a separate level, and then there's a 4th act, which is the boss fight.
Oh, you've educated me today. Now I have to read because I've gotten educated today.
I have given you your daily doses of knowledge.
That's awesome. Okay, here's after these stages, you can actually start to. After the third special stage, I'll say this: I believe you can now actually starting to move special stages. Not saying that you should. I'm saying that the game is not going to be particularly. It's always the yellows on my original playthrough of this. There's always the yellow orbs that would always knock me off.
Well, it's the last stretch of the special stage. Of course, you're gonna try to make it hard.
No, but I mean, like Sonic was super fast. Like as you go up, he keeps going faster and faster. He goes beyond fast with the yellows.
Just like in Sonic Rush. Oh, and you only got 4 out of that.
Exactly, and that's what proves that the all mechanic is there is kind of finicky.
At best.
Second Chaos Emerald. We got the green one, the yellow one, and the silver one.
Was that a cut right there?
Yes, you already saw that it was going to be an S rank, so you didn't need to see any more.
Ah. You know, this game has 7 areas, 7th being the final. You would think that you'd be able to access the 7th special stage through the last area, but no, you have to go through the Sonic Simulator on the side.
I know, that was kind of weird.
I guess more of a better reason for that the Wii actually has, 2 acts. However, you have to go through the Sonic Simulator separate. Still, you would think, I don't know, I guess they just didn't want to get more clever for this, because after you get to the end of the last fight, you final boss. So I guess you fall down, go to the stage, and then you continue falling, and then you get to the final boss.
Yeah, the final boss is kind of misplaced in my opinion. You have to first beat the game, I think, don't you? Before you get to the final boss.
Gee, I wonder why it's called the final boss.
No, not the final boss as an MSN. I mean the final boss.
You have all 7 chaos.
You have to have all 7 chaos emeralds, but you can do that after I beat the game, I believe. Which makes it kind of weird that Sonic would fall down to the ground at the end of the game, and then come back all of a sudden to fight to Blitz. I never understood that.
Yeah, that was well, like, yeah, well, I remember taking the High School video, and that is Sega is Kingdom Avalon, and I have to agree.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to edit that in and make it seem like it fits, because it doesn't really fit in. It just comes out of nowhere.
Rocket. I want one now.
Those rockets are kind of hard to because if you hit any of the what are these called? Exploding balloons. If you get any of those exploding balloons, then you will actually hit walls 3 times.
Yeah, I was gonna say the rocket doesn't start getting to your wall.
And that's another gimmick to this level. You have the red clip going and you are in a balloon, then it acts sort of like a hot air balloon.
Well, for a second I thought that was gonna be a mini boss.
Mini boss in a Sonic game? Where'd you think of that?
In the Wii version, Asteroid Coaster is actually a mini boss.
Say what?
Yeah, there are some mini bosses. Not Sonic Coaster, I think
I remember there being some mini bosses in some games, but not in all of them.
Yeah. The Wii version Asteroid Coaster, there is a mini boss.
I must have forgotten that mini boss. Another mission.
Any reason you said no to going to the special stage before?
Excuse me?
It said like go to the special stage and you press.
Oh, because I already got the Chaos Emerald. If I did again, it would just.
Oh, it's one special stage for each world.
Yes. Alright, this is the same cutscene as it is in the Wii version, except that it just has the little talking.
In my opinion, this probably would have been a good place for them to actually put in the anime, the CG cutscene, where Eggman actually did that.
Yeah, these games, Sonic Rush Adventure, or Colors DS, aren't really that big in file size. I'm pretty sure they could have just put the real cutscenes in. They compressed the opening.
And then the final cutscene.
And the final cutscene. Well, part of the final cutscene.
Yeah, part. They sort of like, used only half of it.
Alright, this boss fight is repeated. It's repeated again in Asteroid was it Aquarium Park? It's a little more. It's a little different there. It's kind of the same.
Yeah, and Aquarium Park is a little different because you're underwater the whole time. You're basically going around the whole area, so it's almost like you're trying to fight this boss while flying around.
Yeah, in the Wii version, the DS version, you don't even use the drill in Aquarium Park. You only use the cyan disc, the cyan disc.
To this day, I still don't know how to pronounce that right.
All right, if you want to really take that guy out, just explode as the red disc right next to him. He will die. And there we go. That's the end of our boss. Another quick boss fight.
And he's barbecued.
He's barbecued fish, but he got a little burned, so we're not gonna eat him now. Alright.
I remember when I did, on the final part of Sonic 4, I did co-commentary, and one point I made was I said how Eggman looked a little barbecued, and then my friend asked, like, with all the explosions that he had to survive through, you would think he'd be dead by now.
Thanks for that. Bye.
Let's see. Okay, bye.
Oh wait, no, we have another minute.
Yeah, we still have another
I do.
I was about to ask
Continue commentating, hurry! Find something else to talk about.
Okay, and I was also saying, let's see, he somehow went down with the Death Egg, like, what, 2-3 times? And then in Sonic the Fighters, he survived the explosion on board the Death Egg too. And yet he's still alive.
It runs off of Team Rocket physics from Pokemon, where they get blown up all the time, and yet they always seem to fly off and then live wherever they are, and then somehow find Ash again.
It looks like he's testing out his little, mind control.
Although I don't think
on the Wii version, it's a little more. It's more like a little. It's not like he's testing it, but it's like a little comedic cutscene just there.
Yeah, the Wii this game doesn't have much story, so it's more humor than anything. But see you all next time, everyone.
Yep.